I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Hub Culture Pavilion at the GetGlobal Conference in Los Angeles for the inaugural interview. Thank you so much to Karen Ross for coming along, Secretary for Agriculture for California. Now, the conference is about trade, free trade. There's been a lot of negatives about international trade agreements coming through from the presidential campaign. Tell me your thoughts on how trade and agriculture interact.
Well, trade, especially for California agriculture, is absolutely critical to what we grow and who the consumers are. 95% of the world's consumers are outside of the borders of the United States. Many of our crops are grown exclusively in California, and that's a lot to try to put just into a domestic market. So the growth opportunities, the ability to improve local economies in farm country, and create additional jobs, and improve lifestyles in rural America and in California are tied to trade. We know that those countries who are part of exporting are growing faster, are creating more and better jobs. And we also know that trade in those countries that we're trading to also have those same opportunities to improve the standard of living there and create more and better jobs there. I'm very concerned about the tenor, not just here, but the Brexit vote and other places. We haven't done a good enough job really connecting the benefits back to our local communities. Obviously, there have been impacts, which means we have to work concurrently on workforce development for the new economy. But overall, for agriculture, when you look at our growth in export markets, the dollars that have been generated here, how that supports everything from the farm to the ports, it's a critical part of California agriculture.
So tell me the path of an orange or an almond produced in California and where it might end up and all the people that might touch along the way.
So it touches a lot. And both of those products are, I call them iconic products in California, along with wine, of course, another ambassador of California. They're known for their freshness, their health attributes, and for the sustainable practices that we use to grow things here. So it may be grown and packed on a farm, or it may be picked on the farm, sent to a packing house with it, which is trucking, and jobs in a packing house. From the packing house, it goes into warehousing, or many of those, especially on the fresh side, go directly to ports. So all those longshoremen are involved in getting that to the next place of destination, and then everything that happens in that country. Some of those products, especially in the almond sector, will go into packaging. It may have some processing with regard to shelling, doing slivered almonds, because a lot of those will go not directly into a snack market, but into ingredient markets, and go through a multitude of different distribution channels with regard to that. So you've got a big sector of our economy that depends on that, even though they don't think of themselves in agriculture. I'm in San Francisco and I do marketing campaigns for almonds. Guess what? That started in Modesto and Almond Orchard.
Absolutely. Tell me, how much has farming changed since you grew up on a farm? When you go around farms now in California, what's the most surprising thing to you? Is it the technology? Is it the sensors, the drones? What is it?
Well, there's certainly a lot of whiz-bang technology. And of course, I'm old, so I have many decades to measure this. I grew up on a farm in western Nebraska, which is a very different kind of farming. But looking at my brother and the way he farms today, and the way California farmers today, the most significant change has been the scale of what they're doing and the technical precision of what they're doing, the investment in the equipment to be able to do that, and to do it with a smaller environmental footprint. All of these efficiencies have allowed us to do it in a way that's better for the environment, and in many ways creates better jobs for employees, not just that menial hand labor, but also the computer technology that's operating the tractor, or the sensor technology that's sorting the oranges in the packing house. It's pretty remarkable. And I honestly believe that innovation is ready for a whole new chapter of new golly gee whiz technology.
I saw some robots milking cows recently. Fantastic.
I don't want to think about the cow in that regard, but whatever.
Tell me, what about the drought? 5th year of the drought here in California?
Yes, and fortunately Northern California had rain this weekend, so maybe we will not be in the 6th year of a drought. It's been harsh. We've had the worst drought with regard to warm temperatures, the fact that in 2014, we didn't have snowpack at all. And a lot of our water comes from snow in the Sierras, stays frozen, melts into the reservoirs, and then is delivered around the state. We already had a drive for precision irrigation, and we've just accelerated that. The legislature and the governor have provided grants to farmers to convert from flood to more precise irrigation, or the people who already have drip irrigation doing things around scheduling, using evapotranspiration models, pretty sophisticated stuff, lots of soil sensor technology in that. So we've definitely have gotten even more efficient to make sure that every drop of water is used the best way that it can be. We're ready to unleash a whole new chapter of being able to use treated water for recycling water, so that we're not just using that molecule once. And at the same time, we know the environment has suffered, so how can we farm with water and do it on a timing that also saves the fish? So there's a lot of constraints that agriculture is facing right now. Definitely had a loss to our economy last year, but we're showing the resilience of California agriculture.
Secretary Ross, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Here at the GetGlobal Conference, and I'm Edie Lush.